Okay, welcome guys. Let me share the link to the Telegram group. Um, if I share my screen. Okay. Um, okay, so guys, let's get to work. Alright, so basically we'll start from gold. What happened last week and what we're expecting this week majorly. Alright. Okay, so a quick recap on how last week went. So majorly, starting from a 4 hour time frame, notice that price majorly reacted from off of a nice OB, which was around here, right? Serving as like a directional POI to take out this trend line liquidity, right? That was price target to take out this trend line liquidity. This was like a very good level, but definitely we couldn't have taken a buy off this zone and imagine taking a buy off this zone and putting SL way low here and then targeting this high. That's like a 1 to 1 hour, 1 to 2 hour, which is very, very mid you get. So the major concept is wait for a reversal of that point, then you can go to lower time frame and get your entries towards which what price would use to take out their entire trend line majorly. And that was the plan last week, and I capitalized from that. So after price broke above this level, the first entry I had was this zone, and then bought up a little bit. But after this reversal, closed out about 3 hour or thereabout. And then price came here. I also capitalized on these entries as well. This is like my re-entry model, majorly based off of the fact that we had a normal POI that price has reacted off of, right? It's just like my re-entry model. I just fixed about 0.5 hour on them majorly, right? So until price, eventually take out the entire liquidity, and then we had a crazy dump. Now, if we go back to an hour time frame, notice that where price started rejecting from is also a very good level. You notice that we have like a nice OB at that zone, at that level, using that liquidity as what? Using that trend and liquidity as inducement to reject price. And see how price rejected off that level swiftly. Now, the first target as market open is price taking out this low eventually, because if in as much as this level still needs to what this level held, and needs to take out this low usually. So this would be my inducement. Like, so I have to clear this, like my chart's been too I have to clear that. Even this I have to dim it a little bit. Okay, so let me see how many coming. Okay, if you're just joining, welcome guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, so I said this is my first target for price to take out this low because of this zone right that is holding, right? And if you have been following price, now the concept, one thing about this trading market condition is the best way to survive up this level is wait for POI rejection, then you can now get in on re-entry. That's what I've been doing throughout last week. Try to get my backtest my re-entry model, and also add like a good entry off of this zone. I was expecting this level to get activated, but market left me, like did not come back to the zone, and I'm going to reject that. I'm going to delete that. So let's check if I'm going to select a very good zone. So, but the concept is just get a good level that I can sell price off of to take out this low. Provided market like we, did not open, and then we have like a dump to take this level out to get. So you can just try to capitalize on this. Not a financial advice, but this is where I expect market to get to, right? But price can come out, take out this FVG, tap on this OB, and then dump. You get. So that's what I'm expecting on good. First target as market opens, right? That's that. And this is about how many pips to this level? About let's say about 800 pips or thereabout. Like if you catch a very decent sale, right? That's that on good. So I discovered this pair last week and it was really clean. There was this entry that I missed anyways, but like it was a very clean one anyways, right? It was a clean one on this. So I discovered this pair last week and it was a very clean one. Um Japan 225, and you know ran up like to take out this OB and then started rejecting. But like this was a very good pair. But like I'm not actively trading currently. I'm just back testing it majorly. So that's that on this. So far so good. So far so good. If I want to even use a directional PY, I'll be waiting for this zone, this level to get it first. Before right. This level to get it before I can look for any sell opportunity. But because where price rejecting from, it's not really very good zone for me. In as much as we had a nice sweep. Yeah, we have a nice sweep from here, majorly. We have a nice sweep from here, and if you go to like a 15 minutes time frame, notice that there are levels that I still expect price to come towards, right? We had a sweep from here, which is very, very, very clean for me, right? And most things will be what I've been noticing this like few months is the fact that most POI market makers try to like sweep above them, above or below them, so as to want retailers SL, so that they can now push price towards that exact direction. And in as much as the dynamic nature of the market, if one can majorly, find a way around it. That's why most trades I take now, I take them on confirmation. Um, I think I saw a USD card trade. I think I saw a USD card trade. Yeah. Now, if you go to like a 4 hour time frame, notice that when market came here, we had a kind of sweep, here, and then in as much as I did not take this from here, I just waited for my confirmation. My MSS, the market structure shift, and then this was my first level I was targeting. But then we had markets push towards the upside and got to this level. So this was a very good trade for me. Not gonna lie, but currently not like 1 hour, but I'm not on it because I have um manipulations once market open. So I don't want to like be in that situation. Ever since Gold Funded did me one did me like a big shit and all. So that's that on USD card. This next week I'll be back testing JP 225 well. And let's see what next week brings on that, right? Um I think that's it. I'm coming. And I also saw this one. Look at what I was talking about as well. So this is a very nice PO, and what the market makers do, you know, we had a sweep, stick out, buyers SL. Let me show you on the 15 minutes time. It's not very, very, very clean. This is a very, very neat area. Swept this low and then bought impulsively, you know, crazy stuff. Okay, so on BTC, what am I expecting currently? Now I noticed that if you're on my X, you notice that I got this sale yesterday, but like price not up on the PO I want to reject from. Because if you check 1 hour, notice that price hasn't tapped on my directional POI yet. So I still expect like more dump for price. So I'm going to wait for an universal MSS from here. The concept is price creates a double block. It's more like this. Let me explain the concept to you guys. I'm coming. Sorry. So we have an OB, price comes around, let's say create a nice higher time frame OB, price reject off of it, create a um an MSS, and then price comes, take out the entire liquidity, create a POI, and then dumps. That's what I'm expecting on BTC right now. So we already have an MSS, price already swept liquidity, swept this guy already, this I, this protected I, right? Price has mitigated this OB before, right? Price has mitigated this OB, then price came, swept this I. So I want to wait for a confirmation and then dump price to take out this low. I'm expecting on BTC majorly. So I'm still watching, I'm still observing on that. Um and Euro USD, you notice that price is rejecting off of a 4-hour OB as a directional PY. So the first level that we had price take out this trend and liquidity, then rejecting off of this zone. So this is the first level I'm expecting price to get to. So if price can give me a good rejection off of this level, I can use this level as an existing directional PY, and then go to my 1 hour time frame, get more like a 13 minutes. Once I get my MSS and my down price off to take out this low. Right. So you see, most of the trades I'm taking are more like I like proactive. Um, so I think that's majorly it. So remember, like I said, my DM is open if there's any sector you want me to like check out. I'm just like a proactive trader. I'll keep you guys updated on the Telegram channel for this. And yeah, I think that's majorly it. Have a great weekend. Have a great trading week, and let's make the market this week, guys. Let's make the market this week, guys. Let's make the market this week. Is that so like take care, guys. I think that's all. Yeah.